I'm very, very excited to be here. Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be wearing two hats, but with the same purpose, which is to serve as an advocate for women and girls in California and in the nation. My institute is so proud to be partnering with Mount St. Mary's and with you, Anne. And the 2014 report on the status of women and girls in California contains some of the first data from our new collaboration as it relates to the representation of women in the 2013 fall primetime schedule. The purpose of the study was to observe trends in the presence and the representation of women and girls on network television and in selected cable channels during primetime, as well as to examine the relative frequency of programming that is rated appropriate for children during these broadcast hours. So a review of 30 brand new fall shows revealed several things. First, competent women role models remain relatively rare in primetime. Only 29% of the female characters were portrayed in skilled white-collar or professional positions. Second, women and men of color continue to be extremely underrepresented on television. An overwhelming 85% of all primetime characters, the primary characters, were white, and 80% of all secondary characters were white. And this rate of ethnic representation on television still does not reflect the current diversity and increasing diversity of the United States, nor capture the rich and increasing diversity of the world in which we live. Now, here is some good news from our survey, our study. The fall programming has more leading men than women still, but the gap is much narrower, with women accounting for 44% of leading characters. This is so much better than films, so we're thrilled about that. And for supporting roles, there was a 50-50 split in the characters, which is perfect. Our institute, one of our t-shirts says, "We're fine with half." So it's great. So we're there with supporting characters on primetime television. We are there, which is exciting. And now, maybe you can't tell, but I am wearing my other hat, which is the chair of the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. As many of you know, the commission was defunded a couple of years ago, and it was only by the extraordinary efforts of Speaker John Perez that we were able to keep in operation. And I'm pleased to announce that this year, the current governor's budget for the year coming up has allocated $365,000 for the commission for the fiscal year 14-15, which is a considerable increase over the initial allocation of $0. So we're very excited about that. We have been hard at work on a number of things. The California Women's Veterans Survey, and the large report is expected to be released in June, and commission staff has been working with the U.S. Department of Labor to roll out the Women's Veterans Survey, our survey, as a national model, which is very exciting. Additionally, the office is working on several policy briefs for our legislators in Sacramento around the issues of older women in poverty, including the impact of the wage gap on women's retirement, and a survey of what happens to a community where women clustered in low-wage jobs must live when a woman retires. The wage gap between men and women has a long-term and very lasting impact on the economy of this state, and you will have the opportunity to hear more about the causes and the political policy implications of wage inequality in the next panel. And thank you very much, all of you, for being here. Such an incredible turnout, which we're very grateful for. And I also thank you for your continued support of gender equality in the great state of California.